Just got to work today, so figured I'd finish up wiring on my truck. You guys don't know, but my fog lights and wheel well lights I have running are pretty much just straight running lights. So I figured I'd put them on a switch. So I'm running 2 switches and then I'm redoing wiring. So pretty much just have a video about me doing this. So enjoy. The main reason I actually came over to fix my stuff is because the heater's on. You guys can't hear that. Sorry about that. But I have rapid flash, so I have LEDs. And we have LEDs, you have resistors, so you don't actually have rapid flash. I got some junk ones I've had replaced like 3 times now because they're that big. So I gotta replace those with the bigger ones. Hope it don't pop. So I'll show you guys how to do that real quick. Alright, so this is my resistor I have. And as you can tell, I've had to solder it a couple times and rerun it. It's actually melted through itself a few times. So it's only that big too. So today I'm going to install the Sylvania version, which you can't tell from the picture, quite a bit larger. And my buddy Maverick, guys you've met, he has them in his Grand Prix and he said no problem. So we're going to install these on this. Yeah, there's a noticeable size difference and probably quality difference too, so we'll figure that out, let you guys know how it runs. I'm usually fixing this about once every 2 weeks or so, and I've just had enough of it, so hopefully these ones work better, and then they don't get as hot. The reason these break is they get so hot they start just melting themselves. Alright, and also these these are vampire clips. If you don't know what they are, they'll save you a whole bunch of time. Basically, instead of having to splice into a wire, make a whole other feed, it actually splices it for you. You put each wire in, and when you wrap it around and push it in, it actually connects them both. These things are lifesavers. Just in case you guys can't see, what you do is you put both ends in. There's 2 sides for each. And once you do that, you take this piece, clip it around, and it'll stick right in, and that's how you get your connection. Alright, and that should be it for you. It'll look like that when you're done with vampire clips, and they're one of the easiest things I've ever installed, because all it did is attach this to this, or attach this to their main harness. They'll have to splice in and do a bunch of wiring and soldering, and so what we're gonna do now is remove this other old one, put the new one in, and then we'll test it out, see if it works. Alright now, and that should do it. I'll go flip the blinker on real quick to see if it actually flashes or not, or in hyper flash. Alright, so that's that side down. I'm gonna repeat the same side on the other side, but I didn't talk to you as much, so I'll do a little fast forward loop here, and then I'll catch back up to when I'm doing the rest. Alright, and they're back in. That wasn't too bad of a job. Just so you guys are wondering, this is actually blades that like the big plow trucks use. When they trash them, they don't use them anymore, so I just put them in the back of the weight. That's about 800 pounds of blades, I think, rough guesstimate. I don't know exactly, but it's pretty heavy. It took 2 people to put them in. So then the wood just stopped from sliding back. Good little quick tip for anyone if they need weight in the back. They don't want that big freezer or whatever the people are using, so way heavier than sandbags. What I want to show you guys is my wiring. Like, I got it wired up right,
you'll see what I mean. Why I want everything on a switch. Some may say this is a switch, but these are my running lights. So I turn those on. That's my wheel well lights. For all four corners. My headlights. And my fog lights. So I'm gonna run my fog lights and my wheel well lights, two separate switches. So we're gonna be running that all separate wires and everything like that. So this is where the big job comes in. I also got a big fuse block so we can throw everything together and make it kind of look clean and neat underneath the dash. So that's how it's gonna run. Alright guys, so my first step's gonna be all these wires I've ran up underneath. To run an actual power wire and a switch wire from both sides from the fuse block all together. But I'm gonna run these both to the same spot, to the same switch, and then run that switch all the way back into the dash into the battery. Which I'll have to cut a hole in the firewall up there to make a ground for it to go in. Now for the wheel well lights, to go have them come in through there, I have to run through my frame all the way down to the other pairs and try and do a big wrap around and hit them all. It's probably people probably have a better way of doing it than I do, but this is the way that I'm going to do it. So if you have any better ideas, let me know though in the comments. Running a power wire up there's where the first one is. Running a power wire and a ground all the way back. I'm gonna tie in the ground, make a mount on the frame, ground it. That's what this is stopping here. I'm gonna keep following the same power wire all the way around to the other side. Right about now I got it stopped about here where I'm starting to tie in this wheel light, which is right there. So, been about a half hour, 15 minutes, got everything kind of sorted out, so the rest of it should go pretty quick. And then I gotta start making the switches. Alright guys, now I'm starting to run the wires inside to the dash. I'm gonna put a switch. So all I did was pull the dash off. If you don't want to do that, I'll explain it later. If you guys really need, just message me or something. Yeah, just leave a comment below. So I'm gonna run the wires through. There's the old dash. But I'm gonna end up putting two switches in this cover piece, which sits right here. So I just gotta run the wires now up through this little gap. As you can see right there. Follow these wires up and then plug them in. Alright guys, well here's the switch panel. I just drilled holes and then used a sandpaper sandpaper bit that had more of a slant to it, and then kind of polished until eventually I got the right size. I think they look pretty good. They're flush. I'll clean them up with some protectant and stuff and see how it works out. Alright, now that's done, so now I'm gonna start running for the fog lights. And that thing never fails to turn on when I'm starting to record. But yeah, so run the fog light wire, just kind of planning out how far I need it to be before. So I'm not gonna cut it all, but then run it through inside again. Get all the switches are ready to be hooked up to the switch, which I got already mounted, and then I'll throw it all back together. Alright guys, well this is it now. Oh, that's no fog lights on. Then I have that on a switch now, so I can put this fog lights on. Same thing with the wheel well lights. Like a little bit better. Don't have to run everything at once now. So, it's not bad looking. Only problem now is I have a halo that went out in my headlight, so tomorrow I'll end up fixing that. Just a couple wires. Probably the connection got bad or something, so that's about it. Alright guys, well, I'm uploading the video for today, which will be yesterday for you guys. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the day. The reason I showed you guys that is just you can do whatever you want to your cars and have a little idea of what I did. Nothing, it's your car, do it your way, right? So, you guys do you. I'll see you in the next video.
Booty had me like